Good morning and welcome to Mom in the Morning for March 2nd, 2022. Ed's doing some personal stuff today. How dare he? How dare he have a real life? But he will be back hopefully tomorrow. No, don't worry, it's not like last time. He really will be back next time. Next time being tomorrow. So I'm doing a little, my usual morning stuff here, and I think we'll get to Pinky doing some of the solo missions in a few minutes. But I have to do a little heal health on the ground. Why do they make things hard to say first thing in the morning? So I hope everyone's having a good day. It is above freezing, which is, as far as I'm concerned, all that is important to know. And I'm wondering why I brought this tune down here without a medical generator, but I did. So we'll go old school and just use some hypos. And crystals. Do I have anything else for heal health? I don't think I do. No. This was not my fun one this morning. This morning, this one had heal hull, heal shields and space, heal health on the ground. The three I don't enjoy. But I went off to Ruins of Doom, which is always a good one. While I'm doing that, let's see if I've got anything else in here we can use. Doodly 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 doo. Not seeing anything there. So let's just replicate a few of the easy ones here. It's a good way to get rid of all those old hypos. Let's take 20. That should cover us, and then some. Yeah, what do you mean inventory full? Go. This is so tedious. Medical generators are so much better. Let's not die here. 1,000 to go. 1,100 to go. Ah, the freshness of an acid bath on Nukara. Last one, I think here. Good morning, Hate. How are you doing, dear? Oops, a little bit more. Let's see if that does it. Yay, 3,000. We are done. Woot, 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 woot. All right, let's jump back over to the other account here. Bear with me a moment. And let's go see what Pinky's got going today. Interestingly, I have 5 dreadnoughts that I have to do on this account for one of the endeavors, and I was going to do Hive Onslaught, which I suppose I should do, and wound up doing Infected Space Conduit Normal. Oh yeah, I make all my own intros. Which one did I do this morning? Oh, that was Red Alert, yeah. So we have an intro that's designed for Red Alert, one for the winter event, one for Ryza, one for the anniversary event. I think we did one for... I have to go take a look here. Yeah, and we have one for First Contact Day. No, ufgibble is a good word. I do not know ufgibble. Biggest news in Stowe history? Bring me up to speed here. Bring me up to speed. Oh, those, yes, they're adorable. They are adorable. I want to steal them. So I was saying, on Destroyed Dreadnoughts, I tried to do it on the not Red Alert, Infected Space Normal, and the Gateway and the last tactical or the last cube don't count as Dreadnoughts. Oh God, no. Yeah. Each has a word with a ROT13 cipher applied. Good. That means I'm just going to go straight over my head. I don't even know what an ROT13 cipher is. Let's see, ROT13, rotate by 13 places, sometimes hyphenated ROT13, is a simple letter substitution cipher that replaces the letter with the 13th letter after it in the alphabet. RO13 is a special case of the Caesar cipher, which was developed in ancient Rome. Because there are 26 letters, 13 in basic Latin alphabet, ROT13 is its own inverse. That is, to undo ROT13, the same algorithm is applied, so the same action can be used for encoding and decoding. The algorithm provides virtually no cryptographic security and is also cited as a canonical example of weak encryption. ROT13 is sometimes used in online forums as a means of hiding spoilers, punchlines, puzzle solutions, and offensive materials from the casual glance. So, S-T-O-R-Y. Ufgabel. Okay. So then we get to the question of... Right. Okay, so I get that. But yesterday's was... what, like Canon 13? Is that the message? So is it Canon that's the code and 13 is to know that it's cipher 13? Am I understanding that correctly, or am I just remembering wrong from yesterday's email? Bear in mind, I get his messages a day late for whatever reason. So yesterday was Canon, but that doesn't translate to anything. The text of the tweet itself. Ah. Okay. Now I'm going to have to go back and look. Now I'm going to have to go and look. Great. Thanks. Thanks, because I've got nothing else to do besides go back and look. And now it's going to drive me absolutely nuts. Okay. Let's see if I can go back and see the one before that. Ufgabel. Let's see. FGB. STO. Very good. VA. in... Oh, got it. Got it. Biggest news in Star Trek history. Got it. I just have to go and do these things for myself, Mar Hawkman. So, biggest news in Stowe history. What is it going to be? Okay. So, what is the news going to be? Or I assume you know this because you know everything in advance. Before we jump over to do Pinky, let's see if by any chance... Yeah, I did happen to just think of that. And, you know, I've got my own little personal hashtag of Emperor Picard. So, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be fantastic to find out that the Emperor is Patrick Stewart? I mean, it would be so appropriate. I think that's probably hoping for too much, but that'd be fantastic. Sweet. Hey, we're going to do a pseudo watch party tonight, technically tomorrow morning, for the Picard premiere. Obviously, we can't do an official watch party because that's not going to happen. But for those of us who've got Paramount Plus, we're going to tune in and we're going to do a Discord and live stream, not of the show or the content or the video, but of our reacting to it. So that's at midnight Pacific time, 3 a.m. my time, so in about 21 hours. And once that's done, we'll probably chat for a little bit, take a brief break, and then go over and do our show. And then we'll go to work and fall asleep at work. Which means I might or might not be on Thursday night. DT probably will be. It's not quite so horrible for him. So... hoping something cool. It would be lovely to have this all tie together. You know, alternate universe, mirror universe, Picard. We will see. So if anybody wants to join us, like I said, we will be on at 3 a.m., 21 hours from now, doing a live watch party without watching it. I'm told that legally I can do a Zoom of that for people who can't see it, and that doesn't violate any copyrights. I don't know if that's 100% true, but the people I know who'd love to see it don't have Zoom, and free Zoom. How does that work? Doing Zoom? I make a Zoom meeting for people who want to join me, and I run Picard as the show. Pretty straightforward. I mean, I suppose I could do that off my other system. I've got 2 computers here. Oh, the party thing? If you've got Discord, you jump in. I think you're on our Discord channel. You put Paramount Plus on your TV or your computer or however you want to watch it, and you watch the show on yours. Make sure you're not picking up the audio, and you enjoy it, and we all do just a reaction thing of, oh, yes, oh, what do you think about that? And we talk about it, and we ruin it for everybody who's not watching it, which is why it's easier if you're watching it. By the way, obviously my camera's here, and conversations over there. Not trying to be rude. Zoom parties are similar, but because they're not being streamed, you can show an event internally as long as you're not broadcasting it. So that would be a matter of run a Zoom party for everybody, but then they join the Discord channel for that. I suppose it could happen. No, I'm talking about people who are not watching it but jumped into the Discord, and then we ruin it for them. So there will be a spoiler warning that we're going to watch it live. Because last time I was an hour behind everybody and was having to do the la 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 thing. So people wouldn't ruin it for me that day. I'm kind of looking forward to this. Unfortunately, There's some aspects of TNG that I would like to see resolved that never got resolved. You know how Star Trek Online did Season 8 of Deep Space Nine by doing the whole Victory is Life arc, Gamma Quadrant arc now, which was great, and wrapped up a lot of loose ends, brought everything back together into a nice, neat little package. I wish they would have done that with Star Trek. I think by having the last movies, they wrapped up some things, left other things undone, and it's still incomplete. You and me both, Mar Hockman. See, that's why I write fanfic. I have written, the first big fanfic I did was, call it 1,100 page story, wrapping up one loose end in Star Trek. One loose end. I don't do as much fanfic anymore because I just don't have life. However, see this desk here? You can't see this desk, but I'm sitting at my desk that's this wide. What's that? 4 feet? Maybe a little bit bigger. By deep, at least 30 inches, maybe 36 inches. Big square desk, more like a table, which is great for writing, and it's absolute garbage for doing this because I've got my 2 monitors here, which is why everything's kind of goofed up. But if you can see behind me, you can't. Let's see if you can see that. See those 2 boxes? Oh, wrong way. Let's go that way. See that box? Right there. There's 2 boxes right there. That is my new computer desk, plural actually, computer desks, that I will put together after Saturday. And then I will have a proper, nice U-shaped glass and steel arc for all my gaming stuff. Okay, when I did the 10.2 mod for Space Empires 5, I made a racial addition choice. I don't know that anyone else has done in a Star Trek game where you have faction choices. Oh, that would be a good one, actually. I think Akamarians were underutilized. And even in Star Trek Online, we have that one mission to Akamar in the Japori arc, or the Japori run. That's kind of meh. It's simplistic and based on one aspect of the culture. And I think it's a deep enough culture that it could have been really well done and made into a regular race that we could have in the game. I don't know faction, but certainly race or species. I'm almost out of coffee. Yeah, so anytime you get into a planet that's got colony worlds, we have established that they've got some kind of space capabilities. They've got disputes, which means they've got a cultural aspect in there. We've got enough interest in there that would make for a good faction in a game. As opposed to, well, I'm sorry, but Klingons, when they first came out, were a warrior species, which really isn't enough. If a species is simply described as a warrior species, that's not enough to give it survivability. So, in a completely unrelated non-fanfic story that I'm still working on, have been for years, I have a warrior race, but they have a culture. They've got things underlying the story that have made them a warrior culture, what drives them, reasons for expansion into space, their conflict with humans, things like that, which is, it's a wider character range than we've got with a warrior race, like we had with Klingons. When they got Worf in and they started to build the back race, the back culture to the race, it made it much more interesting. So, Vengeance Factor, they could have taken that and built it, at least in one of the games, into something that was better and actually makes for a viable species for us to enjoy. But you're right, it wasn't followed, and you'd have to have a reason to go do a deep dive into it. Bringing Worf in as a Klingon in the storyline gave you a reason to do a deep dive. Odo in Deep Space Nine, Garrick in Deep Space Nine, every race that we didn't really deal with because they were just in an episode in TNG that they could go into by bringing the character into the series as either a regular, every week or almost every week, or even an occasional one, allows you to build that race. Otherwise, we simply get this one-dimensional, two-dimensional painting and nothing to give it any depth, which is fine. Like you go with your original trills that we had in whatever the one is with Beverly. And I'm sure you know the title. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But that trill culture is different than the one that we wound up with in DS9 because it wasn't enough of a story. There wasn't enough described there to make it work. Oh my God, Hive Onslaught's ready to go after what? 15 minutes? Well, even with the Ferengi, we get them into Deep Space Nine, and look at what they did in terms of developing it. So yeah, a character is one thing, but you've got to have that whole culture and start writing the backstory. And then it really gets, hopefully gets interesting. Not always. I mean, there's enough books I've read that were like, yeah, okay, I can read that anymore. But it's got potential. Oh, here we go, finally, yay. Exactly, my Hawkman. Yay. All this because I need 3 dreadnoughts. Well, Quark and Rum and Nog and the Grand Nagus and the storyline gets great. But an issue I do run into sometimes is as they're trying to pull things in and put it into a story, because you wind up with a lot of conflicts in that background. So writing it in advance helps, but then it also becomes a hindrance. So it's like writing an SOP. You give them enough to be guidelines and not so much that you're putting yourself in a corner. As I keep reminding people at work, live by the sword, die by the sword. Yeah, I should have cleaned out the inventory. I know. Ooh, there we go. Excuse me while I do this real quick here. I hope real quick. I was doing the infected conduit yesterday because I screwed up my timelines. And had what was a underpowered pug team. Massively underpowered, and it took more time than it usually does to do elite. Since it looks like I'm lone over on this one. There be dilithium here. I'll accept the gift of dilithium. Thank you very much. Go that way, that way, that way. All right, so I got my 5. Yay! I've just been doing IS normal every day because I have really limited time until Saturday, and then starting Saturday, once this mess dies down, we've got exactly 4 weeks to get all the videos shot for the convention. So not a lot of time. DT and I are still discussing whether or not we're going to do Vegas as tourists or do Vegas as a convention, since mask restrictions will be down in every state by the end of March. If people are following the CDC guidelines, masks become optional. So going back and doing convention should be a thing, but that only is like 1 week for Chicago. So people who hadn't made the commitment to go aren't going to go. And anybody who's scared of the virus, legitimately or not, well, legitimately, I think a virus should be something you can be scared of, are going to have an issue as well. So it's probably still going to be Vegas as the main convention this year. However, we've spent the money on Chicago, and it's closer to home, and Frost will be coming up to join us. So we'll see. But I'm doing IS normal because with a semi-decent pug, you can do it in under 2 minutes. With a good pug, you can do it in under a minute. Just boop. So anyway, here's my birthday suit. I know this. My only dislike of the Zambian thing, I definitely look more mouse-like than I did before. I can't get it all in white. Well, I can make the suit in white, but I can't be in white because they don't have white for a mouse color. But you don't have a tail. Look at that. My tail is gone. I'm so bummed. Let's get rid of some of this junk. No, we're good on junk. So Ed and I have been running through all of the story arcs here, but there's quite a few that are solos. So last night I ran the solos in Solanate Dyson and everything except Dragon's Deceit. Dragon's Disease, right. Yeah, it doesn't look very mouse-like without a tail. And see how cute he would be with his tail. Actually, she's a she. But you get that little tail coming off the back here, and it would be adorable and much more mouse-like. And then the last thing I have to do is figure out the pink boots, which I believe I can buy pink boots. Ed's got them. I've got to see how he did them. He'll be back tomorrow. But this was my gift from Ed and Master of Puppies yesterday. Just like my desks were a gift from my husband. Getting old and people buy you birthday presents, kind of nice. All right, let's go ahead and zip over there. If you folks will ignore me for 1 sec, I'll be right back. Discovery boots. I will give it a look. There's only a few that you can make in pink, and being mice, we need pink hands. The gloves, the padded gloves that they've got on this, for the Zambian, it's more limiting, because I can only pull up Zambian. I can't pull up bits and pieces from other things, which is annoying. So I can't get my pink gloves, and I can't get my pink boots yet. Oh, sweet. All right, let's see how Pinky does solo. And the reason my voice is shot, I finally realized it, is doing the Pinky voice, even though I don't do it well, is killing my throat. So I have a day of Pinky-lessness. Like I said, we're going to do the live stream tonight. It's Wednesday. Yeah, I have a class until 11. Grab a quick nap, join you guys at 3 a.m. or thereabouts. Probably do the show with Ed immediately thereafter. Go to work. I make no guarantees about Thursday night. And then Friday, Saturday is personal stuff going on. You know, I suspect that they can probably figure it out. Oh, piffle. So much easier to do this when I've got Ed with all his muscles. In theory, starting next week, we'll be back to something closer to a real schedule. All right, let's see. 1, 0, 3, 15. Okay, so 63, 39, and 63 would be 90, 102. And derelict chips. Oh, I wish we could zip line more places. Just a little mouse. Nothing to worry about here. What happens if I just jump? Good morning, Galaxy Star Queen. Okay, just out of curiosity. Yee. Bummer. I was hoping we'd get a magical accolade like we do in some of the other ones, but no such luck. Okay, well, it works, just not the right way. Agreed, Marhawkman. It'd be fun to put in some dynamics that are a little atypical. A little further. There we go. Nope, wrong one. This way. There we go. I love it when you get the angle just wrong here and you just see the rope going and you never see you. Much fun. Alrighty, where am I going? I'm going over here. Subtle clue there, right? Hang on one second. There we go. I also wish we had more zip lining. Much fun. Okay, it's not snaky, but it works. I'm as here as I'm going to get. Ah. So I don't know if you saw that little dialogue bit that was going on when the rocks start falling. One of the guards goes, "The cavern's collapsing." So I was in New Zealand at the beginning of spring as the winter thaws were just, well, as the winter snow was just thawing. And the guides were like, well, every now and then you're going to hear what sounds like thunder. And that's the rocks that are saturated with water and the differential between where it's freezing and where it's thawing literally shatter the rocks. Oh, and he goes, when you hear that, look up. If you see them starting to fall, run like hell, because there are landslides here. It was kind of a freaky moment. Oh, it was an extremely freaky moment. If you hear thunder, you might die. Run. Thank you. Thank you very much. We did have a landslide about an hour before we hit a point, and there had been some during the nights before, but they had marked out a safe path that only required climbing over rocks this big. Thank you, Catherine. Let's be atypical and go to the left this time. I like that the zip lines stay with you. Oh, it didn't work. That worked. It's subtle. It's subtle, an explosion, and then gunfire. Hi, Pi. How are you? Well, Pi, we were discussing the possibility of doing a Zoom thing. Do you want me to give it a try? Let's see. I need to get over there. How am I going to get over there? Reprogram turrets and drones. Well, I need to get over there to do that. Ah, that way. Well, let me fire my grappling gun then, guys. There we go. Duh, they're standing right there. Like that guy. Okay. I have to say, I do like the story just because it's not just shoot 'em up. Okie dokie. What did I miss? Did I not get that? I did not get that. You guys obviously know MST3K. Can you imagine taking episodes and putting in our own dialogue? There is something to be done there in my infinite spare time. I see an intruder. I'll handle this. Mouse power, Mr. Galek. God, I love Teams 4-star. I used to go to anime conventions in Chicago, and they would be there. And they would be hosting panels where at 12 in the afternoon they would be drunk out of their minds, which made for really interesting panels. Not coherent panels, but interesting ones. Dude, don't drop the gun. Shoot him. I like it. All three guns in her hand. Phew. Gonna get him one way or the other. Yeah. Oh, Galaxy Star Queen. Oh, I've moved my table. We even wrote a book about Star Trek Online. Passage over there? Which passage over there? This passage over here? There's a lot of moments in Team 4 Star where drunk dialogue is a thing. Did you see their version of Attack on Titan, which the people from Attack on Titan banned them from doing any more of? If you get a chance to watch that, it is amazing. I saw it before I saw Attack on Titan, and that's why I watched Attack on Titan. If you can find it, it's worth watching. And their Christmas special is also brilliant for Dragon Ball Z. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love writing Galaxy Star Queen, and I'm seriously thinking about quitting working, moving back home, and just going to writing and playing Star Trek and stuff full time. Except I like to eat. You know, having money is nice. Oh, there we go, some more. I can steal the spiders? No. Oops, sorry. Come on, Gallic, let's go chit-chat. Oh, Eldix. We now have Eldix with us. They're there. There's no game sound? That's interesting. Thank you. How is this? Of course, let me get back to the game. Is this any better, Pi? Okay. I think game sound is usually coming through Ed's mic, and obviously I don't have Ed's mic on because I don't have an Ed.
What are you? How far has this infestation spread?
Thank you. Yeah, 50 minutes in. Woohoo!
You have such a small mind. The joining will help.
Omar Hawkman, I've got all my species because you shared with me.
Once we are brothers under the skin.
Get him, Tarky boy. Ouch. Don't hit me.
You think you infested me? Mere mortals. Pathetic. We will rise again, and you will know our true might.
This ends
Sploosh.
now. I cannot allow you to spread this infestation.
Dude. Dudes, dropping your guns. Come on. We're better than that. Well, nobody's moving. I guess I better go do it. Ooh, goo. We know goo. Get him, boys. Eldex, a little assistance. Thank you. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Good boy, Tarkies. You are a very good boy.
The Vodwar are alerted to your presence. You must leave the facility. But the subspace scattering field is still in effect. Find the controls to the subspace
Okie
scattering
dokie.
field and disable them.
Although you have... No.
Your activities on the surface have alerted the Vodwar.
Galaxy Star Queen, my schedule's been so chaotic that I wound up going to bed at like 7 last night. I was just exhausted and woke up at 2 and I'm like, no, you're going to stay asleep for another 2 hours at least because I have to go drive a couple 100 miles this afternoon and then do the late show. So stayed in bed until about 4:15. Tomorrow should be heck, but after tomorrow, you know, super late day, super late night,
The information
should be closer to a normal schedule again. Fly, fly, Mom, fly. Excuse me, fly, Pinky, fly. Excuse me, how much faster am I supposed to get to the edge of the galaxy?
there is only
I'm happy to swap transponder codes. Give me a place. Seriously? There we go. Whee oh wee.
But it did work.
Excellent work. Now that we know... Thank you again.
All right, Pinky has survived another mission without the brine. All right, let's get our prizes.
Neural parasites.
All
That
well,
explains a lot.
armor. I'll take
The
armor.
enhanced there's something.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Woohoo! Up to level 44. All right, folks, I have to get to work because it's going to be a super long day. We will be on in, let's see, what did I say? 3 a.m. It's almost 4. I can't do the math. 20 hours? We'll see you guys in about 20 hours. Is Pinky infected with the symbiote? That's an excellent question, Mara Hawkman. That's a story. Pinky and the Brain in Star Trek Online, and Pinky's been infected, but won't tell the Brine. Ah, brilliant. Yeah, as soon as I have some time to write it, I will. All right, everyone, have a great day. As Ed would say, be awesome. And I'll see you all in about 20 hours. Bye-bye.